I put my food.
Behind the cat.
Oh. Behind the cat! I am losing it. And she's gonna be wanting my food all day long. You guys, you have the remote. Where's the remote at?
Right here.
Oh, you got it? Oh. Alright.
Cool.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna be careful. I'm not gonna hurt them. But yeah, I decided to wear pajamas today because you know what? Just what job you want, not the job you have. And I don't want a job where I can wear pajamas all day long. So, getting into episode 3. And I got the live video started for you guys, so feel free to throw out your commentary too.
The only good one of the 3.
Yeah. It's alright. For people watching, the reason we're only doing episode 3 now is because we've had, how do you want to put it, weather issues.
Yeah.
14 inches of snow one day, and then, what was it, 12? In this last storm? It was a good amount.
Yeah, like
8? Yeah, it's still.
6 or 8.
I heard it was 12. I don't know, so.
Either way, no good.
Right.
Either way, too damn much.
Yeah. My God, it was spring like a month and a half ago.
Star Wars. Yeah, I gotta point this out once it gets to the actual scroll. Revenge of the Sith. Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. First word on the scroll here. Watch. War! With an exclamation point. The first and only time I think they've ever had an exclamation point. It's like he learned his lesson from the taxation of travers.
Let's see if it starts out with a Senate seat.
Yeah, no doubt.
War! From the chair.
Yeah, yes.
How much actual war do you get to see?
And they're holding the chancellor captive. How he was captured, I really want to know, because wouldn't that be like, that'd be like the president getting, kidnapped by North Korea. As awesome as that would be, not gonna happen. Oh God, I would pay money to see Donald Trump and Kim Jong-un sit, forced to sit down. Although this is a really good opening shot. Granted, this is the best movie of the prequels, and granted, that's not a hard margin, but still. Have you watched these two fly in unison? They each do flips here, coming up here. And it's like, yeah, wow, George does better character development when you actually don't have characters on screen. See, look, they're just flying in perfect unison. They go through the flips, and then whee, and just automatically in the oh hell. And I should mention, this is a choreographed battle, as in everything happening. How can I put this? I don't know exactly how to put it into words, but someone went through and it's like, okay, this is how the battle started. This is what each fighter is doing at any given time. So it's just in the entire battle. Apparently, that's a kitchen sink. Apparently, when they showed George Lucas that, he said, this shot has everything but the kitchen sink. They're like, well.
General Grievous' ship is directly ahead.
Yeah.
One crawling with vulture droids. Oh, I see it. Oh, this is going to be easy.
Yeah. And the droids. One thing I love about this, but I also have a problem with, there was not a set on screen here. Every shot they have is CGI.
Wow.
Every shot. Now, while that's cool, because, that's just amazing how much technology has advanced, it's also a little bit like, you could have done some sets.
Yeah.
This is where the fun begins. Let the pause between us.
Oh, I don't like those these fighter designs are just too damn big. And that poor bastard. I mean, they have like 3 people in those planes. It's like those are too big. They're too big. You need small, like those Jedi Starfighters they have. Those are good size. These are just too damn big.
Missiles, pull up. They overshot us. They're coming around. All right, Awful. No. Nothing too fancy.
I wish I could hear that conversation. Like, what the droid say? Like, can I do something fancy? And this, by the way, if you do this in real life, won't work. Does not work in real life.
Huh.
If you have 2 missiles following you, your best course of action is to have something block them. Granted, this is also in space, which is, yeah. I love these little buzz droid things.
Buzz droids.
These are really cool. I love that little cackle too. But I mean, this makes sense. You have a droid army. It makes sense that they have these little droids that just, their job is to go on and screw around with shit. Like that.
They're shutting down all the controls. Move to the right so I can get a clear shot at them. Get to the command ship. Get the Chancellor. I'm running out of trips here. Name him. Fire! You're not helping here.
Yeah, I love it. I agree. Bad idea. I'm sorry. That was me being stupid.
Who's gonna say in the name of it? In the name of Yoda. Who's their god?
Move to the right. Hold on, Anakin. You're gonna get us both killed.
I think you cats are protesting you eating.
Get out of here. There's nothing more you can do. I'm not leaving without you, Master.
I love that. This droid's like, no, you don't fuck with me. Arthur's like, no, screw you.
Watch out.
And this scene was called the Battle of the Droids. It's like, yeah, that, I'll take it. Also, in space, that droid would not slide away like that. Because there's no air in space. It would just sit there because of gravity.
Well, have you noticed the shields are Snark? Sorry, Master.
And this movie, they actually had a director on set. That's why it's much better acted.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, there they are. Thank you, droid.
R2, locate the Chancellor.
Yeah. What I don't like about the droids is that they each have, like, if you listen throughout the movies, they get progressively more high-pitched. And the droids, they're really high-pitched in this one.
I sense a trap. Next move.
Spring the trap.
R2, go back. I need you to stay with the ship. Yeah, take this. Wait for orders.
I don't... How can his arm do that? It's never done that before. General Grievous. Good idea, potentially a good idea, I should say. But considering the circumstances, a really bad one. I mean, granted, why'd they even kill Darth Maul? I mean, because it's just like they killed Darth Maul, and it's like, oh shit, we need a new guy. So Count Dooku, and it's like, oh, but now Grievous. Oh shit, we still have Count Dooku. So Thank you, Captain Obvious.
You pressed the stop button? No, did you? No. There's more than one way out of here. We don't want to get out. We want to get moving. R2, activate elevator 311.
How loud did you set that damn thing to?
R2, do you copy? R2, activate the elevator number 2174.
Get back to work. Bad nothing.
What was George doing anyway? He was just sitting there.
Always on the move.
Funny line.
Stop. R2, we need to be going up.
Hands up, Jedi.
Thank you.
R2, do you copy? R2, do you hear me? R2, we need to be going up, not down.
Hey, you.
Now, that's better.
You stupid little astronaut.
This is so stupid. I love that they give R2 his moments, but this is a stupid scene.
Oh, it's you. What was that all about? Well, R2 has been a enormous fire choice. Did I say anything? He's trying. I didn't say anything.
Like I said, markedly better acting. But this, just... Again, I love that they give R2 his moments, but for... You don't... Come on. I just love watching out the background of this. Like, again, apparently that's a choreographed battle they went through. It's like, okay, this is what happens here, this is what happened here. Which, again, that's a lot of fucking work.
Yeah.
And this part, you don't need to bow. This is a, prisoner rescue. Get moving.
This time we will do it together. I was about to say that.
Whee! I wish I could do that. Just like flip over that shit. That's awesome.
Chancellor Palpatine, Sith Lords are our speciality.
Your swords, please. We don't want to make a mess of things in front of the Chancellor.
You won't get away this time, Dooku.
This is one of the last movies Christopher Lee made, and it's just, he does good for what he's in it.
I've been looking forward to
The majority of this fight was supposed to go on longer than what it does, and I've actually read a little bit of like what's supposed to happen. It's like there's supposed to be a lot of like, I'm on like Obi-Wan has him on this side, so he goes behind the other guy. I mean, it's really kind of cool, but they split him up pretty quickly. But I also love this. Go the chance. They're gonna catch the Chancellor again. Yeah, he's like the Chancellor's like like he's rooting for them. It's like, who's watching? What is he putting on that axe for the droid? Ow. And for this fight, Christopher Lee's not actually doing it, what he was in the last one. They actually have like a stunt double doing it with the face mask of Christopher Lee. And what that means is they have green screen mask on, and then they CGI the face. Well, Christopher Lee was incredibly old at the time of filming this, so they kind of have to. Ow! Which reminds me, good, yeah. How many hands have been lost in Star Wars? There's a lot of them.
Kind of hands.
Yeah.
A show of hands.
Yeah, well, yeah, by show of hands, how many hands have been lost?
I should.
Because let's see.
A lot.
No one lost a hand in the first one. I don't. Then we have 2 people losing a hand in the second one. We have the bounty hunter and Anakin lost his. This third one, we have Count Dooku, which does that count as 2? Does that count as 2? Because it was 2 hands. I'm gonna count that one. Later we'll have another guy lose a hand. I don't want spoiler alert.
I shouldn't have done
If you need spoiler alerts for this, you're doing it wrong. Mace Windu loses his hand, so that's 5.
You wanted to be.
Then the Anakin again at the end of the movie, so there's 6. So 7 at Empire Strikes Back. 8, so at least 8.
How many are righty and how many are lefty?
Yeah. I don't. I'm not even trying. I'm not gonna try.
He seems to be all right. Leave him, or we'll never make it. His fate will be the same as ours.
And this, I love that these ships are basically battleships, so they're not trying to shoot at each other at range. They're getting up close and personal, like, I'm gonna screw you. And this is probably the most incredible visual spec shot in the movie. Just these 2 ships blasting the shit out of each other.
Elevator's not working.
That's insane.
R2, activate elevator 3224.
Yeah, you don't need the elevator anymore, buddy. Why are droids screaming? They're droids. They're gonna survive. You will be alright. And as for gravity still having an effect when they're still, like, because they're in space, but they are pretty close to the planet, so I can buy that, you know, gravity's pulling them down. I can buy that, you know, they're in high atmosphere, let's say. I got 2 burritos too, so. Chloe would be proud to have burritos.
Easy. We're in a bit of a situation here. Guy, there's something? Hold on.
And I love that they actually have comedy. There are funny moments.
Archie, set down the elevator. Too late, jump! Let's see if we can find something in the hang of it that's still flyable. R2, get down here.
That's reminiscent of episode 6, where he sticks it out of the sand.
We're from the Jedi. They're in hallway 328.
So they just have ray shields stationed everywhere its way because apparently they may need to capture someone.
This? Apparently not. I say patience. Patience.
Although the lines they're saying here, it's like, okay, they clearly have a plan.
You'll release the rations.
This is not lines that we're saying because we're, you know, actually worried. We have a plan about how to deal with this.
See? No problem.
And R2 is entirely CGI here, so Kenny Baker was not forced to get back in a trash can. I think he was still involved with production, but I don't think he... I think he was, I'm not certain, but... I got him to list it. Hold on.
General Grievous. You're shorter than I expected.
Okay, listen to what he says here. Jedi scum. There's a movie, I can't remember, I think it's like Backstroke to the West, where they basically translated this into another language, translated it into another, like translated into 7 different languages, and then back to English. And it's hilarious, because at that point he says, "Smelly boy." It's like... And that's it, where R2 just does that. I imagine, I don't know if this is true or not, I imagine that they just said R2 was like, they want me to do something, so they just flips out. And these little magnet guard things. They're kind of cool, but I don't like them in concept. If you watch the lightsabers hit the stuff, but they won't break, it's like, I don't know how I feel about lightsabers not being able to cut through stuff. Like there, you just can't even say it. I love it's like, don't bother with them, keep the ship in orbit, and then they just go through and kill them all.
Yeah.
And this is a good smart move. He's a droid, so yeah, I can go into space, you guys can't, so smart move.
Time to abandon ship.
All the escape pods have been launched. Grievous. Can you fly a cruiser like this?
Why did a ship like that has escape pods? Because the crew's mostly droids, why do you care?
The pilot, this thing is irrelevant. Strappy soldier.
No offense to anybody who identifies as a robot, but robots you can kind of go, okay, you're expendable.
That's why they're good.
And here we see that the ship had apparently taken a shitload of damage than we saw because it just breaks in half.
We lost something.
Thank you.
Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
And again, the comedy!
Now we're really picking up speed.
This is visually, it's insane.
Grab that, keep us low.
And it makes, I'm not sure if these if they have the set really hot because it looks like they're sweating.
Steady. Easy, R2.
And they have these firefighter drone ships. They're really cool.
5 ships on the left and the right.
Again, everything in the background is insanely awesome. Look at that shit.
Landing straight ahead.
Oh, and here. He says landing strip. In the original version, that ship was just apparently supposed to be crashing through like a bunch of towers, and then decided, oh, let's have a landing strip so it doesn't just presumably kill millions of people. It just kills dozens of people, because anybody in that tower is now screwed.
Another happy landing.
Thank you. Now, I believe there's a Millennium Falcon in a shot coming up here, I think. Yeah, there's one. Yeah, right there, right at the bottom screen. See it?
Nice.
Or it's not the Millennium Falcon, but the same type of ship. And again, all this stuff, green screen, everything.
Are you coming, Master? Oh no, I'm not brave enough for politics. I have to report to the council.
I love that these two are actually friends in this movie, so I do love that.
And you deserve your glorious day with the politicians.
I love Glorious Day with the Politicians.
You owe
Thank you.
Not for saving your skin for the 10th time.
Ninth.
9th time. That business on case in the morning, that doesn't count.
I want to know what that business was.
Chancellor Palpatine, are you alright?
Yes, thanks to your 2 Jedi Knights, they killed Count Dooku. But General Grievous has escaped once again.
General Grievous will run and hide as he always does. He's a coward.
But with Count Dooku dead, he is the leader of the droid army. And I assure you that the Senate will vote to continue the war as long as Grievous is alive.
And the Jedi Council will make finding Grievous our highest priority.
That was Jar Jar's one line in this entire movie. One line! Thank God. Did you say aw? That jackass, that piece of shit does not deserve lines.
The fighting will continue until General Grievous is spared parts. Well, I will do everything I can, sir. Excuse me, sir.
And no one notices this. Granted, a lot of this stuff is like, how does no one notice these two just spending a shitload of time together? Wait. Yeah.
I missed you badly.
There were whispers that you've been killed.
It's gonna be at least too long, but that's good.
Yeah.
Feels like we've been apart for a lifetime.
That's what the Secret Service does. They just turn a blind eye to things.
Yeah, pretty much.
Whatever
Yeah.
they
One of
do.
our soldiers just went missing. Nah, whatever, who cares?
I'm tired of all this deception. I don't care if they know we're married.
Don't say things like that.
What does it matter? Seriously, you can leave the Jedi Order and no one would really go, oh, how dare you?
You're right.
Just say, alright, I retire. I'm done. You've been through war. Just say, alright, I'm sick and tired of fighting every day, so I retire. I'm pretty sure people can accept that.
Yeah.
This line delivery. This has to be one of the days where the director was not on set. I'm not saying George Lucas was director, because I don't think he was. I'm pretty sure it was someone else. Like, Steven Spielberg apparently had a lot to do with this movie. So I was like, so a lot of these shots are like, okay, was this Spielberg or was this Lucas? That line delivery, I'm going, that was certainly either Lucas or no one. Spielberg would not let that ship fly. Spielberg is actually doing it. And here we see a planet that's like half desert, half green. And I do love this idea of like, they live in these like giant holes or craters or something. That's kind of cool. I just know something. I don't know why they have. Okay, I know the reason why but why in context of the movie they have him constantly coughing. If you listen, he's like wheezing and coughing. The backstory in the like animated series was he got like force choked and that crushed all like everything. So that's why he's wheezing and coughing like that. But it's just, in the context of the movie, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That building had a helicopter pad. This is Star Wars. Yeah, we still have helicopter pads because why not? And this. Jeez. This scene, I go, okay, this is a really good scene. Don't say anything. Just don't say a word.
And I want to have our baby
But no,
back
they
on
have to talk.
Bamboo. We can go to the lake country where no one will know, where we can be safe.
See, she has a plan. Just retire and do that plan. You will be fine.
I know the perfect spot. Right by the gardens.
Just don't say a word, but...
It was so beautiful.
Again, line for
Because I'm so in love.
No. No, it's because I'm so in love with you.
So love is blind to you.
I do like that though. It's like, so it's like, he's like, you're better at this than I am. I'm stupid. Let's stop. So, again, I really wish he hadn't said a word in that scene, but you know. And we see robot arm. Again, how does no one notice that these two are spending so much time together? Seriously.
Right?
It can't be that hard to... I wish I had that as a living room.
What's bothering you?
Nothing. I remember when I gave this to you.
How long has it
Just say you had a nightmare. That's all you have to say. Just...
It was a dream.
Or dream. That, again, that's all you have to say. You don't have to go into it. Just say that and then move on.
And it was about you.
Tell me.
It was only a dream. You die in childbirth.
The baby.
I don't know.
It was only a dream.
I won't let this one become real.
This baby will change our lives. I doubt the Queen will continue to allow me to serve in the Senate. And if the council discovers you're the father, you'll be...
Just say you retire! Gosh, there's nothing holding you to these positions. You can say, alright, we're done.
We don't need his help. Our baby is a blessing.
And another thing I should mention, how does no one notice she's pregnant? Because apparently it's a big secret. How does no one notice it?
Yeah.
Premonitions. Premonitions. These visions you have.
They are of pain, suffering, death.
Yourself you speak of, or someone you know.
Someone.
Close to you.
Yes.
It makes sense that he, goes to, like, Yoda. It's like, I need help.
Fear of loss.
But Yoda does this in a very wrong way. It's like, don't stay like, oh, we should rejoice for people who die. Because that's not what grieving people want to hear.
Right.
Rejoice for those around you who transform.
I mean, like, when I experienced that, I was devastated. Had you come up and told me she's in a better place, you should rejoice, I would have punched you in the face.
The shadow of greed, that is.
What must I do, Master Yoda? missed the report on the outer rim procedures. I'm sorry.
Again, apparently he's missing reports too. Again, how does no one notice that he's, like, you know, spending so much time?
Master Boss has moved his troops to Boss Pity.
What's wrong then?
The Senate is expected to vote more executive powers to the Chancellor today.
That bugs me.
Us deliberating.
Why is the Senate gonna vote more powers to him? The war is basically over. The entire context of this movie is that the war, it's not over yet, but it's basically, it's like World War II after the Battle of the Bulge. Sure, the war's not over, but it might as well be. That's the entire concept of this movie. Why would they be going, yeah, now we're going to give you more executive powers? It's like, no, the war's over. Now's the time to be going, alright, we're taking some back now, by the way.
I hope you trust me, Anakin.
Of course.
I need your help, son.
What do you mean?
I'm depending on you
For what? I don't understand.
to be the eyes, ears, and voice of the Republic. Anakin, I'm appointing you to be my personal representative on the Jedi Council.
Me?
He has this authority?
A master?
I don't get that. How can he say, I'm putting you on the Jedi Council?
The council...
And why has the council not ever gone, maybe we should have someone, you know, like someone for the Republic here. Because they're apparently working very closely together. I think they should have representatives in each. Like, there should be a Jedi representative in the Senate and a representative from the Senate in the Jedi. Boom! Congratulations, problem solved. And the hologram dudes. I like this because, like, these guys are on campaign, so it makes sense.
I understand.
You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master.
What?
I don't like this outburst.
How can you do this? This is outrageous. It's unfair.
You being appointed to the council was a once-in-a-lifetime deal. How can you? Why are you raising a stink about it?
Forgive me, Master.
We have surveyed all systems in the Republic, but have found no sign of General Grievous.
Hiding in the outer rim, Grievous is. Outlying systems.
Again, it's just, the war is over, basically over. Why do you guys care at this point?
Yeah.
Just say, okay, Republic, the war is basically over. You guys deal with it now. We good. We good. We don't need to be on campaign with you guys anymore.
Good relations with the Wookiees I have. It's settled then. Yoda will take a battalion of clones to reinforce the Wookiees on Kashyyyk.
The Wookiees on Kashyyyk. Granted, it's never exactly explained. Is it Kashyyyk or Kashyyyk? Because
Put me on the council.
in the lore they say both.
It's never been done in the history of the Jedi.
Consult and calm down, Anakin. You have been given a great honor. To be on the council at your age, it's never happened before. The fact of the matter is you are too close to the Chancellor. The council doesn't like it when he interferes in Jedi affairs.
I swear to you, I didn't ask to be put on the council.
But it's what you wanted. Your friendship with Chancellor Palpatine seems to have paid off.
There's nothing to do with this.
The only reason the council has approved your appointment is because the Chancellor trusts you.
And?
Anakin, I am on your side. I didn't want to put you in this situation.
What situation?
And this here.
The council wants you to report on all the Chancellor's dealings. They want to know what he's up to.
Yeah. Anakin's gonna raise the stink here, and which is a good part to
I
do.
want you to spy on the Chancellor. That's treason.
Thank you.
At war, Anakin.
Yeah, that is treason. You shouldn't need to spy on. It's like
This assignment
that'd be like General Putin, or not Putin. He's a Russian, but some general spying on the president. That's treason.
He's watched out for me ever since I arrived here.
That is why you must help us.
And why are you asking again? Why don't you have a Jedi representative on the Senate?
His term has expired. The Senate demanded that he stay longer. Yes, but use your feelings indicate something is out of place. You're asking me to do something against the Jedi Code. Against the Republic. Against a mentor and a friend. That's what's out of place here.
Yeah.
Why are you asking this of me? The Council is asking you.
Again, this is background politics information. It doesn't make sense. Why is he in this situation where it should have been obvious, like, oh, we're going to do this, that, and the other?
It's very dangerous putting them together. I don't think the boy can handle it.
Then why are you doing it?
With all due respect, Master, is he not the chosen one?
And stop with the chosen one shit!
Destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force.
So the prophecy says. A prophecy that Miss Ring could have been.
Dun dun dun! Is it about to anything?
You never
No.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's just the prophecy makes no sense. It doesn't add up. And with what Yoda just said there, you know, maybe we misread the prophecy. That doesn't amount to anything in this ever. Look at the size of that damn thing. It's like they have these giant ass tires and the people are like that big compared to them.
Sometimes I wonder what's happening to the Jedi.
And again, how does you have representatives everywhere, but you don't have someone making sure that the Queen and Anakin, who are apparently spending a shitload of time together?
What do you mean?
What if the democracy we thought we were serving no longer exists? And the
Yeah,
Republic
is she making a good
very
point here?
we've been
The
fighting.
Council has shitloads of emergency powers. He's basically a dictator now,
And you're sounding like a separatist.
and
This war represents a failure to listen. Now you're closer to the Chancellor than anyone. Please ask him to stop the fighting. and
what
let
is the
diplomacy resume.
cat doing?
Don't ask me to do that.
Don't
Maybe
ask
we
your
should
friend
send
to
that
say,
kind of
okay, can we like stop the war now that we've killed everyone?
Nothing.
How many people have died in this course of this war? I think we can go, okay, let's offer peace terms.
Hold me. Like you did by the lake on Naboo.
I mean, because that's what in World War II a lot of times they did. After like a crushing defeat, they'd be like, hey, you want to talk now? You want to surrender? I mean, obviously they never put forth like actual terms, but they did, how can I put? They did like mention, like, hey, we just kicked your ass. You wanna step down? And George Lucas is apparently in like this scene somewhere. I'm not sure who. No. So again, I don't know. I have to assume he's like some alien, and they just CGI'd. And I know his daughter was in one of those scenes too. I should mention. I don't know which. Or he has two daughters, I think, and they both appear. Like all his kids appeared in this movie. I don't. But again, I only know where his son appeared. I don't know where his daughters appeared.
Our clone intelligence units discovered the location of General.
Because his son gets an entire like
in the Utapau system.
entire little scene to himself. So it's pretty obvious where his son is. But.
I would worry about the collective wisdom of the Council if it didn't select you for this assignment. You're the best choice, by far. Sit down. Leave us.
It's like, hey, we're watching this show too. Why do we have to leave? I do like that he just has that authority, but it is like, hey, we're watching the show too, and apparently they all know he's a Sith Lord too. Why?
I'm not able to rely on the Jedi Council. If they haven't included you in their plot, they soon will.
I'm not sure I understand.
You must sense what I have come to suspect. The Jedi Council want control of the Republic. They're planning to betray me.
I don't think that.
And search your feeling.
And he's talking just like a Jedi here. Search your feelings. Again, they say that all the time.
I know they don't trust you.
All the Senate, all the Republic
And he's making good points, which is a problem. He's supposed to be the bad guy. He shouldn't be making these points like this.
Why?
Again, anybody watching the stream, we have cats and kittens. Yay! They make everything better.
They asked you to spy.
All I could ask for now is puppies. I'm a dog person. Don't get me wrong, I love cats too, but I've just always been better with dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say.
Remember back to your early teachings. All who gain power are afraid to lose it. Even the Jedi.
The Jedi use their power for good.
Good is a point of view, and
What's
the
the
Sith
point?
and the Jedi.
The perspective they added into this is like point of view. It's like, okay, we can stop with the point of view. After a while, point of view doesn't matter anymore. For example, I'm pretty sure even Hitler wasn't going, I'm doing a good thing at a certain point of view. No, you're doing horrible things because you're evil.
Right.
And the Jedi don't.
The Jedi are selfless. They only care about others.
Do they?
Was that you? Jeez, that was awesome. You almost sounded like Sidious there. That was cool.
You ever hear the tragedy
And this.
of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
There are so many parodies of this online of like Darth Tedious. Again, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this before, but I'm gonna mention it again. The Emperor's New Clones on YouTube. It is hilarious.
Darth Plagueis. Star
No, seriously, look it up. It is hilarious.
powerful and
It's like, it's almost a feature-length movie, a parody movie. There's 8 parts to it, and each part's like 10 minutes long. It's just hysterical.
He had such a knowledge of the dark side, he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying.
You could actually.
Okay, if I ever become like, if I ever make movies, I'm hiring you to do the voice of a bad guy.
I want to do voice acting really bad.
Unnatural.
He's good at it.
What happened to him?
He became so powerful.
Apparently, in the lore of Star Wars, Darth Plagueis was his master, his Sith. You know, because spoiler alert, he's a Sith Lord. I don't think it's a spoiler because I'm pretty sure everybody and their dog realizes it, especially because Abe McDermott plays the Chancellor Palpatine, but he also played the Emperor in the originals.
He could save others from death, but not himself.
And I love the way he says that though.
Is it possible?
It's just that smugness to it. It was awesome.
Yeah.
In this.
Not from a Jedi.
In this, I should mention, in a Star Wars lore, Kashyyyk, you're never on the ground. So this is this can't be Kashyyyk, the planet, because the trees are just so tall that you will never actually be on the ground. So.
Palpatine thinks General Grievous is unsuitable. A partial message was intercepted in a diplomatic packet from the chairman of Udacar. Act on this, we must. The capture of General Grievous will end this war. Quickly and decisively, we should proceed.
The Chancellor has requested that I lead the campaign.
The Council will make up its own mind who is to go. Not
But
the Chancellor.
this bugs me. It's like, why? You guys were whining about you were saying that you didn't like them together. Say you go. Say, hey, okay, Anakin, go. Anakin, you go. We don't like you here. Go away.
Aye. Very well, Councilor General.
Or Anakin and Obi-Wan, because apparently they spend a lot of the war together. Send them both.
The droids have started up their main power generators.
And now, the time
Oh gosh, the CGI on that droid, on that guy, not that one. Well, Phil Tippett, who did a lot of Like, he did Jabba in the originals. He did a lot of work on the originals of creature design. He hates CGI, and he's been quoted as saying, you know, the computer wants to screw with you, and that's true. Because if you make a set, you have one chance to get it wrong, and it's the entire set. So you just have to make sure the set's good. With CGI, you have 100,000 shots of CGI, that's 100,000 points to get wrong. So... And why is the general so damn close to the battle that he can be shot at? You think he'd be back further away? I mean, only George Patton was known to be on field, but he was still a good distance away.
I haven't been very appreciative of your training.
Can't coordinate if
I've been
you're dead.
arrogant. And
No, it's just Patton was freaking insane.
I'm so frustrated with the council.
Crap. You're crazy. I don't want to, because he slapped soldiers under his command. He got in trouble for doing it, but...
Then you have become a far greater Jedi than I could ever hope to be. But be patient, Anakin. It will not be long before the council makes you a Jedi Master. Obi-Wan, may the Force be with you. Goodbye, old friend. May the Force be with you.
There's a big thing walking on the ship there, back there. So it just looks like a Power Rangers Zord. It's like, okay. Go, go, Power Rangers! Oh, there's a movie we should do.
Yeah.
Except the problem is, I like the new one. The original ones we could do, because those are certainly kids' movies.
The Who's guy.
Yeah.
I'm down with that one.
Small continent here, on the far side. I'll keep them distracted.
And the one extra they hired for the guy, or the Jango Fett guy, who's playing all these clones, he got his paycheck. Because that's his head, so a lot of times he's just like, okay, he's standing there, and they have to recut, and then he's standing somewhere else for the same damn scene. So he made his paycheck. And plus he also did a lot of the voices on this, and in the animated series too. He does all the voices, like, damn, that guy got well paid.
Fighting.
Don't give up, Padme.
And the time he became the White Ranger, I went to theaters for that one.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Jason David Frank.
Obi-Wan's
Although
better.
they're starting a new series now called The Shattered Grid, which is basically if Tommy became evil, and it's awesome.
Oh,
I'm worried
sweet.
about you.
Is he in it? The same guy?
I'm there because right now they're just comics, but they're saying there is talk of like making a TV like a Netflix series or something in which he will star if they do. So
Obi-Wan
I hope so.
Council don't
But
trust me.
at the moment, it's just a comic
She was
series.
still alive.
Something's happening. I'm not the Jedi I should be. I want more. And I know I shouldn't.
You expect too much of yourself.
Freaking insatiable.
Yeah.
I found a way to save you
Save me.
from my nightmares.
Is that what's bothering you?
I won't lose you, Padme.
I'm not gonna die in childbirth, Annie. I promise you.
No, I promise you.
I was petting these kittens and I'm trying to pull my hand away and they're using their claws to keep my hand here to pet them. This is so adorable. No, like I said, I put my hand down to start petting them, and then when I tried to pull my hand away, they all reach with their claws, like, no, keep petting. I'm paying more attention to kittens than I am in the movie. That's probably a problem.
Greetings, young Jedi.
And again, I know I've said this before, I love the alien designs. They're so cool. Like, especially these guys.
Yeah.
There's no war here unless you brought it with you. With your kind permission, I should like some fuel. And to use your city as a base as I search nearby systems for General Grievous.
And these guys apparently a slave race. Or in the lore, apparently they're a slave race. And I like this. He's like, help us, we're so screwed, we're being held prisoner.
Thousands of battle droids.
Tell your people to take shelter. If you have warriors, now is the time.
No, that is a good moment of those two. Just like, there's no war here, and then he gets like help!
Take the fighter back to the ship. Tell Cody I've made contact.
And that gold droid, or bronze, I guess. But...
Didn't say.
Yeah, your cat is now on my sleeve protesting me not petting it. Seriously, look at this. Now, I know there was also a scene of, like, him going through, like, choosing his ride, I guess. And this one was, like, just, being, like, evil and snapping at everyone, so that's why he chose it, but... And again, it's like, are the droids here? That's an entire droid starship! How did you not notice?
Yeah.
It won't be long before the armies of the Republic track us here. I am sending you into the Mustify system in the Outer Region.
You don't need to call me kitten.
It is a volcanic planet. You will be safe here.
Safe? Chancellor Palpatine managed to escape your little general. Without Count Dooku, I have doubts about your ability to keep us safe.
Be thankful, Viceroy. You have not found yourself in my grip.
And again, isn't that treason? That's like the general mouthing off to the president, like, be thankful you never found yourself in my grip. That's treason. If I were to be there, I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm gonna go over here for a little bit, and then just immediately, like, surrender, like, get on a starship and surrender. Just fly out to the Republic, it's like, I give up, guys, you win. And just...
General Kenobi.
Just order them all to shoot. You don't need to fight them, just shoot them. Although I do love this. Because that makes sense. It's like, yeah, why am I going to fight them? Just crush.
I will deal with this Jedi slime myself.
Why? You have 100 battle droids right there. Shoot him.
Fool. I've been trained in your Jedi arts.
And I got this fight scene. Because they made a big stink about, no one's going to say that he has 4 arms. But, I can't really talk about it until we get into the fight, but I don't like it. Because if you watch, because he's got 4 arms. And they say in the special features, like, oh, he memorized how to fight all 4 of them. If you actually watch, he's only ever fighting with 2 and holding the other 2 back. Like, watch. See, he's fighting with 2, the other 2 are being held back. And again, like, he's using 2, but all the other ones are being held back. And, I mean, granted, they start cutting him off really quickly, but... And see, again, it's like... I mean, they're doing it very quickly of, okay, I'm attacking, but if you watch, he's only ever attacking with 1 or 2 at the same time. The other ones are being held back. And that's why they start cutting, like, okay, now you lose this one, now you lose this one. And this is apparently a very fast invasion. why they. I don't like that close up they had. I don't like that at all. And this droid is one of the. This is one of the few designs I actually hate. I hate the design of that droid. And like I said, that one actor being the voice of all of them, making his paycheck.
Master Windu, may I interrupt? General Kenobi has made contact with General Grievous, and we have begun our attack.
Thank you, Commander. Anakin, deliver this report to the Chancellor. His reaction will give us a clue to his intentions.
Yes, Master.
I had 4 kittens and I only see 3 now. Where'd the other one go?
I sense a plot to
Probably
destroy
running
the Jedi.
around or something.
Yeah,
The
probably.
dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor.
This bugs me. The dark side of the Force surrounds the Chancellor. Question, you were having problems with the Dark Lord of the Sith? And the Dark Lord surrounds this guy? Can you put the pieces together, maybe?
Great dark place, this line of thought will carry us.
And why are you having this thought? You don't need to take control of the Senate. It doesn't add up. None of it adds up. Why?
We've just received the report from Master Kenobi.
Just say, okay, the war's over. Now you guys are politicians. You guys decide what you want. Don't interfere.
I should be there with him.
It's upsetting to me to see the Council doesn't seem to fully appreciate your talents. Don't you wonder why they were...
Ian McDermott, great actor. He's doing a really good job here.
I wish
I mean, granted, he and Obi-Wan and Ewan McGregor are consistently the best parts in the Star Wars prequels. Except he does go a little bit like super villainy here when he full on goes Sith, but still.
I know there are things about the Force that they're not telling me.
They don't trust you.
And again, it's like
They see you're
he's the bad guy. He's supposed to be the bad guy.
strong.
We shouldn't be going, because if I were in this position, I'd be going, I'm going to turn to the dark side too. Because who's speaking with care and compassion for this kid who's confused? One guy, him, the bad guy.
You're not aware of the Force.
My mentor taught me everything about the Force. Even the nature of the dark side.
And, now it's like,
You know the
oh,
dark side.
If one is to understand the great mystery, one must study all its aspects, not just the dogmatic, narrow view of the Jedi. If you wish to become a complete and wise leader, you must embrace a larger view of the Force. Be careful of the Jedi, Anakin. Only through me can you achieve...
Now he's starting to go a little bit like, okay, now he's starting to overact it a bit. These two just, moving around each other. Again, Emperor's New Clones, YouTube, watch it. They parody that amazingly.
Use my knowledge, I beg you. You're the Sith Lord. I know what's been troubling you. Listen to me.
Don't continue to be a pawn of the Jedi Council. Ever since I've known you, you've been searching for a life greater than that of an ordinary Jedi. A life of significance, of conscience. Are you going to kill me?
I would certainly like to.
Then do it! I'm pretty sure, well, granted, you wouldn't get away with it with the Senate, but the Jedi would probably go, okay, fine. The Senate would probably go, oh, by the way, bad move, idiot. A parallel happened in Rome when they assassinated Julius Caesar. The guys who assassinated Julius Caesar thought they'd be like, they thought they'd be heroes. No, but everybody was like, we liked Julius Caesar. So yeah, killing him would be like, we liked him. Because I mean, they say in the background, it's like, he's been in power longer than his term. He's been in power longer than his term is. His term has expired like twice over, and he's still in. Just because the people were like, "You're good, stay there."
Everybody knows he's a good guy.
What's up?
As long as anybody knows he's still power.
Yeah. And Obi-Wan, you have the Force. Pick him up and throw him. Thank you. God, I hate that droid thing. Ow. And this. And here he pulls open like this, like chassis of organs. And this. I love that. He like kicks it and then he just breaks his shin. And apparently his blood and organs were made of gunpowder because it's just... I don't know whose blood erupts like that, but still.
Yeah.
Gruesome way to die, though. I think that's why they got PG-13. But this is the only Star Wars movie, I think, anyway, that got PG-13. It's just because his eyes erupted flaming.
Master Windu, I must talk to you.
Well, we just received word that Obi-Wan has destroyed your grievance. We're on our way to make sure the Chancellor returns emergency power back to the Senate.
Again, why?
I've just learned
You
that-
are not supposed to be political in any way. You're supposed to be peacekeepers and protectors. Don't just literally just say, okay, hey, we destroyed, hey, the war's over. Go. You guys figure this shit out. We're done.
Yeah.
He's been trained to use the dark side.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
And our worst fears have been realized. We must move quickly if the Jedi Order is to survive.
Master, the Chancellor is very powerful. You'll need my help if you're going to arrest him.
For your own good, stay out of this affair. I sense a great deal of confusion in you, young Skywalker. There is much fear that clouds your judgment.
I must go, Master.
No. If what you've told me is true, you will have gained my trust. But for now, remain here. Wait in the
And I should mention that pretty much every Jedi they have has like his own backstory. Mace Windu chooses like the worst Jedi to go with him to arrest Palpatine. Because all these because all the Jedi he takes with him all struggle with one-on-one combat. It's like one's he's just a big hack and slasher. He swings around like a baseball bat, just hitting everything in his path. That's not exactly good against one guy.
Yeah.
And the other two, they're kind of in the same vein. It's like these are not the people you send to arrest the Chancellor.
Yeah.
It's like, call Obi-Wan or call Yoda, and it's like, yeah, then see how he does. And I do gotta say, this is probably my favorite scene in the movie. Just, again, there's no talking, and just the music, and just them looking at each other from across the distance. I don't remember what the song's called, but just my favorite part of this is my favorite scene in the movie. it's just, again, they're just looking directly at each other, even though they're miles and miles apart. I love this scene. Yeah. And again, there's no lines. There's nothing is said. And it's the best scene in the movie. And again, you can see it. Hayden Christensen, he can act. He can act. He needs a director to direct him, though. It's just he doesn't have a director 9 times out of 10, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
And Anthony Daniels, who, again, that's actually Anthony Daniels in a suit. Because apparently he's never felt claustrophobic in that, which I would be in a heartbeat, but... No, apparently the only time he ever felt, like, claustrophobic was when on in episode 6, he's on his back and, like, oh shit, what that... I can't remember. The creature's eating his eye. A salacious crumb is eating his eye. That's the only time he ever got panicked. And it's just... And this thing, it's just... I just... Seriously, you do that really well, dude. And this just... See, look, he just automatically kills 2 of them. Now, I should mention, they had a really good fight scene, all choreographed and worked up to this, but the problem is, literally, George Lucas came on set and just said, oh no, the actors are doing it. So this is the actors doing this. That's why this fighting scene is very lacking. It's like, So, I mean, I know, like, a lot of the stunt choreographers were pissed off, and apparently Ian McDermott was too, just, no, you had stunt people to do this. Why am I doing this?
Yeah.
I should also mention this, John Williams did the music in this, but for a while, it looked like he might not actually do it. Because in episode 2, he had written up a bunch of musical cues that were not used. And by the way, that's a really good... If you want to piss off a composer, do that. Have them write up musical cues and don't use them. And John Williams wrote a formal letter of complaint because he was so angry about this. I don't know what happened. I don't know if George apologized to him or something, but he did do the music in this. But there was a while it looked like he wouldn't. And again, it's just, we're fighting so hard. I mean, there are scenes of like a stunt double doing it, or like CGI, because like Palpatine did do like a little bit of leaping around, so obviously CGI. And where Mace kicked him, that was stunt doubles because the guy actually got kicked in the face.
I told you, Captain Ishi. That's right. The Jedi are taking over.
The oppression of the Sith will never return. You have lost. No.
Yeah, see, and here's where he goes completely ham.
It's the traitor!
I have the power to save the one you love. You must choose. Don't assassinate your Anakin. Don't let him kill me.
And just his face going completely all is like, okay.
I'm going to end this once and for all.
You can't. He must stand trial.
He has control of the Senate and the
I should mention this. Why go in and arrest him? Just literally go in and just say, hey, Grievous is dead.
It's not the Jedi.
Let's go have a beer.
My hood
You-
used to be a fashion choice. No, I have to hide
Yes.
my hood.
But again, it's like, this makes no sense. You don't have to go in and arrest him. Just go in and say, hey, the war's over. Let's go have a beer. We're going to go have a parade. You're going to be at the front of it. Just go in. No, and it's just... Now, I should say, I do not buy that this kills Mace Windu. Because we see Luke Skywalker get zapped for like 15 minutes and live. And we see Jedi fall from like 300 feet and live. I don't buy Mace is dead.
He would have easily snatched on one of his speeders, hitched a ride.
Yeah. I totally believe that Mace Windu is just in the complete undergrounds just getting drunk.
He's like a mile to fall. It's the Jedi. Come on.
Yeah, well, Jedi do that on a regular basis anyway, so...
It's like losing your powers, like losing your right hand or something.
Yeah, well, yeah, he lost his right hand, but still.
Wow. That's my weakness. Oh.
Lightning, my only weakness!
Even though Bruce is like all robot. Yeah.
But it's just...
Pretty sure.
It makes no sense to go in and arrest him. Just literally just go in and play stupid. You can literally just go in and say, hey, hey, Grievous is dead. War's over. Let's go celebrate. Let's go have a beer. We'll worry about the politics later. Right now, we are going dance. Right now, we're going to go out clubbing. Or something. You don't have to go in and arrest him. And again, even if they had, what's going to happen? The general public is going to uprise because they loved this guy. Or, I mean, hell, you could even go in and say, hey, we know you're a Sith Lord, and then just walk out. Because legally, there's nothing they can do. And I should mention, in the novelization of that scene where they fight, it's actually really dark. Like, they say how he cuts off one of their heads and their head, like, bounces. It's like, okay, little dark here.
You shall be known as Darth Vader.
When he says that, he has this mentality of like he's just looking around the room trying to find something. So it's like he was, it was almost like from henceforth you'll be known as Darth
Vader.
Stapler because it's the first thing I saw.
Darth Lamp.
Yes, I love that. Donuts. Darth Donut. Yes, that needs to be a thing now. Someone online, make that a thing. Darth Donut.
I agree. The Council's next move will be against the Senate.
Every single Jedi.
Great. More Senate crap.
Everyone Kenobi is now an enemy of the Republic.
I understand, Master.
The Senate's comprised of like every important dude and every discovered planet ever, or what?
Apparently.
They are not all destroyed.
And nobody notices any of this shit.
Listen, I want you to go to the Jedi Temple.
So how the Jedi even, they don't even hold the seats, right?
Yeah, they don't. The Jedi don't have a seat.
Or what are the like, famous assassins? Or what is the? I don't get it.
Oh, trust me, I was saying earlier, I don't get it either.
Are they like the Ninja Turtles? I mean, what are we talking?
Yeah. Well, again, what is the Jedi's role?
Like
We
just
don't know.
Rogue renegades, or take the law in our own hands.
Yeah.
The Robin Hoods of the galaxy.
After you've killed all the Jedi in the temple, go to the Mustafar system.
The light and the dark side,
Wipe out
the feds.
Viceroy, Gunray,
Okay.
and the other separatist leaders.
Like, what would the light or the dark side of the force? What would the rest of the universe give a crap?
Rule the galaxy.
Like, is it over trade routes? Oil? Like, what do we?
Yeah.
Well, light or dark side. I mean, as long as we can do our shit. It's fine.
But again, it's like, why? It's just none of the Jedi's action makes sense. The problem, like I said, the problem is I sympathize more with the bad guy. Because what he's doing makes sense. Hell, he's even being the best good guy in this movie.
It even gives them the options.
Well, the good guys don't give him any options.
Right.
In the 501st Legion.
5-0. Jedi, they're supposed to be the checks and balances. Is this all about government?
Pretty much, that's what all the prequels are about.
They're being balanced to the checkbook.
Yes.
To the higher levels. Very good, sir. Oh, by the way, I think you'll be needing this. Thank you, Cody.
I don't know. Republican this one is. What kind of... How many parties are in this system?
Now, what I don't like about this is apparently he's on the phone all day calling up every single clone commander saying execute order 66. Because he addresses them personally there, like Commander Cody, so is he on the phone all day long? Come on. And here we see that every Jedi apparently just sucks at their job. No, just watch. Good scene of them just stopping like this, but again, it's like you see them aiming guns. I mean, granted, he gets just defends himself a little bit, but the rest of these does no one sense that these clones are about to stop, shoot you in the back? Like, this one especially is just the worst. Because we see all these clones coming up behind her, and she doesn't notice. And he's got serious indigestion right now, apparently. Yeah, again, it's just ringing up every single commander and just execute order 66. And it's just, how, again, you're being shot at. Maybe take some evasive maneuvers. Rainbow Wookiees. So yeah, every Jedi except for Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda suck at their jobs. Yoda knows what's happening. Yoda knows what's up. But apparently no one else does. I do love this. Just voices out his arm and Yoda climbs on up. That's real cool. And these Jedi, again, you can't defend yourself from this? And this is just... I like that they have the scene, but it is just... There's a robot chicken skit of him... he has to go to his happy place, so he just imagines he's in a field of sunflowers, cutting sunflowers down. So, robot chicken, it's hilarious.
The Chancellor's office indicated Master Anakin returned to the Jedi Temple. Dead, buddy. I'm sure he'll be alright.
Yeah, and just the Jedi Temple is apparently on fire. Well, yeah, it makes her, so it makes sense that she's freaking out because obviously my husband is now. And remember how I said not Jake Lloyd, George Lucas's son gets his scene here. It's coming up here.
What's going on here? There's been a rebellion, sir. Don't worry, the situation is under control. I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.
And so it is.
There. That's George Lucas's son. why were you? He's a senator. Why would you shoot him? You guys know he's a senator.
Yeah.
Just you got a mile of climbing there, buddy. This scene, it doesn't make sense. What are these guys doing?
Holding for pieces, Dave. Move to the east. Yes, sir.
Why even have this scene? I like those robot things, but why even have that scene? It makes no sense. What are they doing
Goodbye, Darfur.
in here?
Goodbye, Chewbacca.
That's Chewbacca just for the sake of being Chewbacca, and I don't like that because apparently Chewbacca is a prince of the Wookiees, yet he just hangs out with a smuggler. That doesn't add up. I wouldn't have had Chewbacca appear in this.
I don't think it's correct to shoot.
Now I guess we should or at least we should discuss what I would have had happen with, because remember how I said they shouldn't have killed Darth Maul? What I think would have happened is, like, Episode 1 have, Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fight, and have, Darth Maul kill Qui-Gon, but Darth Maul, like, for some reason, this between Obi-Wan and Darth Maul is split up. Like, I don't, something happens, but they can't fight anymore. And then Episode 2 happens, and it's Darth Maul leading the Sith, so you don't have Count Dooku in it at all. And then Anakin's first task when he becomes a Sith is to go kill Darth Maul. That's what I think should have happened.
Right.
But, yeah. Instead of having Darth Maul killed at the end of the first one, have him be this recurring villain like Darth Vader was. Just have him be set up as this immense badass throughout the 3 movies, and then have Anakin's first task when he becomes a Sith to go and kill this guy who we know to be a badass.
I have no contact on any frequency. Repeat.
Master Kenobi.
Senator Organa. My clone troops turned on me. I need help.
We have just rescued Master Yoda. It appears that ambush has happened everywhere. We're sending you our coordinates.
And apparently Organa's just picking up like a bunch of Jedi. Again, R2, I think, is mostly CGI, so I don't think they stuck Kenny Baker in the trash can. Anthony Daniels, however, he was still stuck in a suit.
Jedi have tried to overthrow the Republic.
Ow, ow, ow. Stop climbing.
I saw Master when you attempt to assassinate the Chancellor myself.
Oh, Anakin. What are you gonna do?
I will not betray the Republic. My loyalties lie with the Chancellor, and with the Senate, and with you.
What about Obi-Wan?
I don't know. Many Jedi have been killed. We can only hope that he's remained loyal to the Chancellor.
Anakin, I'm afraid.
It just... How does... Padme at least had a line of, like, okay, she sees what the hell is going on. Anakin apparently doesn't. We're going totalitarian. The Chancellor has now become Hitler. Yeah. And quite literally, the Chancellor is, Hitler. He has slaves. He has execution camps. Yeah, he's Hitler. Or at least this is all the expanded lore stuff. None of it is addressed in the movie. Because, like I said, the problem is, I understand the Chancellor's motives. I understand the bad guys' motives better than I do the good guys.
My lady, is there anything I might do?
No, thank you.
I feel so helpless.
other Jedi have managed to survive.
Heard from no one, have we?
I saw thousands.
Did I mention your cat is still protesting that I'm not petting
That's
it?
why I went looking for Yoda. Have we had any contact from the temple?
Received a coded retreat message we had.
They've requested
They
all
like
Jedi
their
to return to
culture.
the temple.
Apparently.
Says the war is over. Well, then we must go back. If there are any stragglers, they will fall into the trap and be killed.
Suggest dismantling the coded signal, do you?
Yes, Master, there is too much at stake.
I agree. And a little more knowledge might light our way.
And this lava planet. Yeah, good luck getting things to live on a planet like this. And it looks like they're gathering stuff from the lava, so I just go, what are you doing? This is very impractical.
You have done well, my boy. When my dear apprentice, Darth Vader, arrives, he will take care of you.
We're receiving a message from the Chancellor's office, sir. Yes, sir.
Organa. The Supreme Chancellor requests your presence at a special session of Congress.
I will be there.
He'll be expecting you.
Could be a trap. No, I don't think so. The Chancellor will not be able to control the thousands of star systems without keeping the Senate intact.
It's a special session of Congress there is. Easier for us to enter the Jedi Temple it will be.
Well, see, now it's starting. They're actually starting to work with some subtlety and some tact. Now it's actually adding up. And again, this volcanic planet. Good luck getting things to live on this world. Because it's all lava. It's like mountains and lava. There's no life. There is no green. Unless things live in the lava, I don't see this working.
Yeah.
Arjun, stay with the ship.
And this scene of these little mice droids running away from him. Pretty sure you know what that's from. Episode 1, Chewie yells at the mouse droid and flies away.
Welcome, Lord Vader.
The puppets. Again, it's like you had hundreds of Jedi Knights earlier who couldn't stand up to the Stormtroopers, but now these two can do it against them. Yeah, apparently every Jedi except for these guys suck.
What's happened?
The Chancellor's been elaborating on a plot by the Jedi to overthrow the Senate.
And this bugs me. It's like, okay, you can maybe pin the top tier Jedi as trying to overthrow the Republic. I don't buy that you can pin all of them on it.
Yeah.
Not even the younglings survive.
Killed not like clones. This my lightsaber it was.
Who could have done this?
Just like mass extermination there.
The attendant on my life has left me scarred and
And again, Padme's the only one who recognizes what the hell's going on. Look in the background. You see a guy hiding behind your table. It's like, you might want to run, idiot. Don't just sit behind the table. That's not going to do anything. Run.
Yeah.
The Republic will be reorganized into the first galactic empire.
Again, she's the only one who sees the problem. She's the only one who sees what's happening here.
Right.
So this is how liberty dies. With thunder's applause.
The war is over. Lord Simeus promised us peace. We only want...
I've recalibrated the code, warning all surviving Jedi to stay away.
For the clones to discover the recalibration, a long time it will take.
That doesn't make sense. How do they not notice, like, oh, the message is no longer saying what we said it should? Something happened. I think we should go look into this.
Wait, Master,
Right.
there is something I must know.
If into the security recordings you go, only pain will you find.
I must know the truth, Master.
And apparently he's really good at fast forwarding to the point that matters.
It can't be. It can't be.
And the Jedi had recording devices in the Chancellor's office, because that's where this footage is from. Yeah, the Jedi were seriously doing some shady shit.
Destroy the Sith. We must.
Because again, apparently they had recording offices in the Chancellor's office,
This Lord
because that's the only place that footage could come from.
you are not.
He is like my brother. I cannot do it.
Why don't you two go together? Work together. You two both go kill Anakin, then you both go kill the Sidious.
The boy you trained, gone he is, consumed by Darth Vader.
I do not know where the Emperor has sent him. I don't know where to look.
Use your feelings, Obi-Wan. And find him you will.
And the lip reading on that is so bad. I'm sorry. It's not the worst it's ever been, but oh my gosh. And again, almost everything is CG. How do they fuck this shit up? Again,
You know where he is now.
No.
Padme, I need your help. He's in grave danger
From the Sith?
from himself.
This still has a ways to go, doesn't it?
Padme,
another 30 minutes, I think.
has
Okay,
turned
he's gotta
to
work
the
at
dark
2.
side.
Okay, it should be over by
You're
now.
wrong.
Okay.
How could you
What
even
time is
say
it now?
that?
1:30.
Okay, should be done.
A security hologram of him killing younglings.
Not Anakin. He couldn't.
Ugh.
He was deceived by a lie. We all were.
And this part of the movie is just, alright, okay, everybody just gonna take a nap right now, just, you know. Because there's nothing exciting going on. It's just bickering and talking and stuff. It's like,
Anakin became his
this isn't thrilling.
Right.
It doesn't help that this, like, there's no way.
I don't believe you.
Natalie Portman is a great actress. How is this performance? This is not great acting coming from her. In this scene, at least. I mean, there are other good scenes. Like I said, she has good moments, but this one is not one of them.
Kill him, aren't you?
He has become a very great threat.
I can't.
In this,
Anakin is the father, isn't he?
How is he the only one to piece this together? Gosh.
Yeah, that's the right question.
Yeah. Like I said, the movie's almost over, like 20 minutes, I think. It's just 20, 30 minutes, but just, oh gosh. How are you alive? You are on a planet of volcanoes. I don't think you'd be alive. And that good moment of him crying there. Good moment.
Fighting's over, and this is personal.
As you wish, my lady, but I strongly disagree.
I'll be all right, Captain. This is something I must do myself. Besides, Pierre will look after me.
That's who you're putting in charge of looking after you. You're an idiot.
Oh,
You
dear.
deserve to die.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Then we're here to see Obi-Wan sneak up.
You know, I think I kind of this fine business.
Anthony Daniels, great actor, love him, but gosh. He just locks himself in a closet for the trip, apparently. Well, that's what he does. It's like he opens up this little closet, sits down, and closes the door. It's like, is this a closet or what? Or is this like just like a little room that's just that all we're seeing is this?
Right.
The separatists have been taking care of my master.
It is finished, then. You have restored peace and justice to the galaxy.
Send a message to the ships of the Trade Federation. All droid units must shut down immediately.
Very good, my lord.
Now, I gotta say, more often than not, I like the ship design. I don't like the ship design. They tried to reminisce it on the B-2 bomber, but it's just these big stinking engines sticking out the bottom of it bugged me. Shouldn't the engines be in the wing like we've seen every other plane on Star Wars have? I mean, granted, that is more practical how they do that, having the engines underneath like that. Because that way it's like, oh, there's a problem with the engine? Well, you take that engine off, you put another one on. But
Right.
we don't see any other planes in any other ships in Star Wars look like that.
I saw your ship.
What are you doing out here?
I was so worried about you. Obi-Wan told me terrible things.
What things?
He said you turned to the dark side. That you killed younglings.
Obi-Wan is trying to turn you against me.
You killed younglings. This is not...
You know,
I do appreciate George Lucas having the insight to do this, because it's like, you know, Obi-Wan didn't do this. You did this yourself. And that's how evil is.
all I want.
Evil leads you down to bad places, and it's not other people's faults. It's your own.
At what cost?
Right.
You're a good
Like a
person.
great, like guys who cheat. I'm just an example. Guys who cheat, they start off telling lies after lies after lies, but then their lies become so just a giant web of lies, and they have trouble keeping track of all the lies. So, like I said,
Come away with
and that's a prison of their design. They're the ones who started lying.
everything else behind while
Right.
we still can.
Don't you see? We don't have to run away anymore. I have brought peace to the Republic. I am more powerful than the Chancellor. I can overthrow him. And together, you and I can rule the galaxy.
She doesn't want to rule the galaxy. She's never... Anakin is apparently just a giant moron. She has always said she never wants to rule the galaxy. She doesn't want that kind of power. She doesn't think anybody should have that kind of power. Why are you trying to take this kind of power? What you should have said there is, I can overthrow the Chancellor, and then we can restore the Senate. Congratulations!
The Jedi turned against me. Don't you turn against me.
I don't know you anymore.
Yes.
Breaking my heart. You're going down a path I can't follow.
Because of Obi-Wan.
Because of what you've done. What you plan to do. Stop. Stop now. Come back. I love you.
Liar!
Yeah, talk about bad timing.
You're with him. You brought him here to kill me.
No.
Let her go, Anakin. Let her go.
And again, Ewan McGregor doing a really good job acting. Hayden Christensen even doing a pretty good job. Like I said, if Hayden Christensen has a director, he does good.
You turned her against me.
And George Lucas was on set for these scenes. They made it very clear that George Lucas was directing for these two fighting. He's on set. He's doing his job for once. But and these two are acting very. This is a good scene. This is a really good scene. Not my favorite scene, but a really good one.
So now you have become the very thing you swore to destroy.
Don't lecture me, Obi-Wan. I see through the lies of the Jedi. I do not fear the dark side as you do.
And this bugs me. You just strangled your wife, and he's showing more concern for your wife. Your wife! Gosh.
Your new empire?
Kelly, don't worry. If you were ever be strangled, I'd be pretty sure. I'd be, making sure you're okay. Even though we're just friends, but still, because I think you and him you two are dating, right? You two?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Then you're my enemy.
Because you finally got rid of you know who, and I just find it amazing how things have improved since you kicked him out.
Oh yeah. It's all because of him.
You will try.
Well, it's like you get rid of a parasite and things improve. I gotta point this out. These two, I think they should have slowed this fight scene down a little bit. Because there's a music video on YouTube of these two fighting, and it's slowed down just a little bit, and I think it's a lot more impactful. Just slow it down a little bit. This is a good scene. I love that. Just, nope, screw you guys. You're dead.
I hear a new apprentice you have, Emperor.
I love how Yoda comes in and he's got this, like, he comes in almost like, hey, we're buddies.
You survived.
Although it still does have a little bit of a problem.
Arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda. Now you will experience the full power of the dark side.
Don't you see this coming? I mean, he raised his hands pretty obviously. You think he would have saw that coming. The evil cackle.
Last, the Jedi are no more. Not if anything to say about it. I have.
Whee! Come on, that's an amusement park ride.
And your role is.
And this is a good part here. Yeah, Yoda coming in and it's like, wait, where are you going? I thought you were all good and shit. Come on. Yeah, that's a good part. But again, I don't like how these two have lightsabers. They should be better than this. They should be strong enough that they don't need lightsabers.
Right.
In this part, just stab him. I mean, I do like how they have unarmed fighting there, but it's like, it's impractical. I wish they had extended it a little bit more too. They fight in the Senate. I just really wish there were like maintenance crews just there, like, oh shit, what's going on? Yeah. Again, Yoda, you're strong. You're really strong in the Force. Maybe you should. How about you shoot Force lightning at his ass and see what happens? Make him explode. And what I like, if you actually look, there's a little bit of distortion in between their hands, like there. Kind of cool. And again, you hit something and the shields go off. Those shields should be on at all times. You're on a volcano planet. And I like Sidious like picking up a dozen of these things and just chucking them down. I think Yoda should be doing the same thing. I would have him like both, like picking up dozens, just chucking at each other from across the arena. Oh, this is a good move. Oh shit. Whoa. Whee! Yeah, it's like, you're still cackling, yet you're still hanging on for your life. And this just... I don't like this of them bound doing this tight wire act as they fight. No, you don't need this. It's like, and plus, Anakin, why didn't you just cut it while he was on it and cause the damn thing to fall? And that one droid, like, alright, I'm in the movie. Okay, I'm out. There's no point to have him there, but granted, it's just all CG, so... Good scene right here. Good, I mean, just probably one of the best shots in the movie. Just them, like, fighting and the lava exploding behind them.
Activate your homing beacon when you're ready.
There's no sign of the body.
Then he's not dead.
Double your search. Yes, sir. Right away, sir.
Tell Captain Kirby to prepare my shuttle for immediate takeoff.
Yes, Master.
I sense Lord Vader is in danger.
Yeah, because your Padawan sucks. Now, the video game does this scene a lot better. Because in the video game, what happens is they both like get really close up, their faces like that, to each other, and they both look over to see the lava spilling onto the thing like that. That's a lot better than this was. The video game did it better. And at this point, I'd be thinking, can we stop fighting to make sure we get, let's get out of this first, then we'll fight.
Yeah.
At this point, I think it's like, okay, cruise till we get on land, okay? Okay.
Into exile. I must go. Failed.
Now I'm just wondering what happened to George Lucas, because the original movies are all really good, yet these movies are just. I got this part. Cut the wire and have him fall into lava. But anyway, because George Lucas, he was a good director. The original Star Wars were really good, but these prequels just. I mean, this one's okay, but I think it's more Steven Spielberg doing than George Lucas. So what the hell happened? I mean, granted, I have a theory, because if you look, the same thing happened to Gene Roddenberry, the guy who created Star Trek, and M. Night Shyamalan, who did Signs and everything. I think my theory is that these directors, they release a movie or a TV show, and it's why like Gene Roddenberry did the original Star Trek. The original Star Wars, Signs, and everybody's going, oh, these guys are geniuses with messages spread to all! And then they start believing that hype, and that's why their later work, like M. Night Shyamalan, is just getting a complete shit show, the prequels, and Gene Roddenberry, I mean, like, a lot of the Star Trek movies were just horrible because of what Gene Roddenberry did, so I have to assume it's just they bought their own hype. My point of view, the Jedi are evil. Shut up.
This is the end for you, my master.
Just use the Force and push him off. Just push him into the lava. You see their fighting has slowed down a lot from when they first started. Whee! In this part.
Anakin! I have the high ground!
I have the high ground, like Darth Maul against me. But I beat him.
Don't try it.
Although he actually does something. He actually, puts his lightsaber out. And he lost his arm and his leg. A lot of people don't realize he's missing 3 limbs now. He didn't just get his legs cut off, he lost all 3 limbs. All he's got left is his robot arm.
You were the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy this sin, not join them! Bring balance
Almost
to the
got it all done. He looks like he's leaving now, so.
Yeah, I gotta take him.
So, granted, the movie's. Oh, I gotta mention that shot where he picked up the lightsaber, added in post because George Lucas forgot it. So, yeah, granted, the movie's basically over. So if you guys cut it, we can pretty much. Yeah, so.
My brother Anakin!
I love you. All right. So.
I love you!
Yeah, so we're gonna cut this movie short because they got stuff to do. So we got most of the movie in, so I think that's good enough. But yeah, all right.